don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7. I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.
That's right, folks. Order now. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And thank you already. We got 3 gifted subscriptions. Matt, Jalen, and old Uncle B, Bill. Thank you for gifting the subscriptions. Welcome. As you guys know, a lot of news has been going on. I wanted to go live so bad last night when all this was going on. You knew I was tweeting, and I even got up and I was like, I'm going to go start the live. And I was out of it, folks. I was out of it. I'm still, I finally got some antibiotics today. I went to the urgent care last night. When I ended up going to the hospital the other day, they gave me all kind of stuff for breathing, but nothing to get rid of the infection. So last night I ended up at urgent care for 4 hours, and then they called in the prescription and I finally picked it up. About 2 hours and 3 minutes ago. So don't worry, we're going to DC. I told you we'd go to DC no matter what. But man, it's been a crappy few days, as you know. Just because it wasn't even that I was incapacitated. I didn't have a voice. I couldn't talk, couldn't breathe. I mean, that's not even that bad. There was just work to get done. And if you guys know me, I can't sit still. So that's the biggest thing that's been bugging me the most. And we have no audio, huh? Do we have audio? Give a thumbs up if we have audio. Testing. Wow, I'm good, but I am getting no audio. Oh, well, I got to figure this out. As long as we got audio right now, we're good. We'll check it out. That just scared me. I don't know why my mixer's not showing any audio on output. So that's all right. We're going to be shutting down this computer tomorrow. We're going to be heading on a plane tomorrow night to DC, late tomorrow night. So, but I do have a surprise for you all. We do have a raffle today until tomorrow. So if you guys want to get in, it's been an expensive couple days with an emergency room, urgent care, 6 different prescriptions, 2 inhalers, an antibiotic, all this other stuff. So we never got to finish. When we were out live streaming, we were trying to raise money for the windshield, for the Ford Edge. And then we said when we get back to the studio, we would work on the expense money to be in DC. So if you guys want to enter a raffle, I'm going to show you what I got. Big shout out to Krista, who donated some books that she had and some other stuff. I'm going to show you. she's read these books and she wants to donate them. We got some good stuff. We got Mark Levin, American Marxism, Janine Pirro. He killed them all, and this was actually signed by Janine. It is signed to Phyllis, but it is an autographed copy. Understanding Trump. You might want to read this after maybe Maduro should have read that. And then it's got a Trump knife right here. I'm not going to open it up, but it's a Trump knife and a Charlie Kirk commemorative coin. On the back, it says E pluribus unum, liberty and justice for all. And on the front, it has True Patriot Charlie Kirk. So you'll get those items and these two items. The warning does not play well with liberals metal sign. So that's a good little batch here. And of course, where's this at? Let me figure out where it's at. Especially after today, the Trump light up hat. You will be getting all those items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6, 7 items. You will be getting. If you guys want to enter the raffle, I am doing the raffle tomorrow afternoon before I leave for DC. So every $10 donation gets you 1 entry. If you donate $30, that's 3 entries. Again, the money's going to be used for us in DC for a hotel, travel, food, anything else that we need in DC. Hopefully we make enough to have a little to come home with, right? So if you guys want to enter that raffle, we have Venmo down at below at the bottom of your screen. Venmo Oreo Josh, Cash App $ Oreo Army. We also have PayPal, which is at Oreo Josh. Our PayPal and the Venmo are the same. We have givesendgo.com /Oreo 2024. And if you guys want to do the Zelle link, you can, if you do mobile or online banking, you could do a Zelle transfer to Pure Patriot 559 at yahoo.com. That's PURE Patriot 559 at yahoo.com. Again, the light up Trump hat, the 3 books, the knife, the Charlie Kirk coin, and the warning does not play well with liberals. So if you guys want to get into all that and help us out, we would appreciate it. Again, we are flying out tomorrow night, and the last couple of days we expected to work, and it's just been a bummer, man. I missed you guys. And I still today, not as you could tell, not 100%, but we're there. So I'm going to, before we get into the Maduro stuff, I'm going to tell you what happened last night. You're not going to believe this. So I finally decide, okay, I need to, yesterday I was in bed most of the day. I need to just get an antibiotic. I'm done fighting this. Usually I can fight it. Oh, check that out. Old Uncle Bill says $100 match challenge using Zelle or other methods. So old Uncle Bill is going to match up to $100 in donations. So if you guys want to jump in there, thank you. We appreciate you, old Uncle Bill. And thank you for always the continued support and making sure we get on the road. Excuse me. So yesterday I decided to go to an urgent care. And I've been to this urgent care numerous times. I haven't been there in years, but it was always a really good urgent care. So I go in and I kind of noticed when it looked a little different. There was all these printed up signs all over the windows. Before it used to be clean, nice, organized. So I get in there and I said, yeah, how long's the wait? And they said, it's about an hour. I said, all right. And she goes, you just need to fill this out. And I was like, okay, cool. So I go outside, I fill it out, I get my insurance card, my ID, and I walk it back up. She goes, okay, we're going to need you to take a COVID test. And I was like, why do I need to take a COVID test? You know, I was already, and I will say this, I was kind of a dick because I wasn't feeling good. You just want to go in and see a doctor and you don't want to play with their woke bullshit. Pardon my language, but I'm still irritated. And then I look around, there's a couple people with masks on, but if they think they're sick and they think that prevents anybody else from getting sick, so be it. And I was like, I have a sinus infection. I know what I have. I get it every year. I was just at the ER 2 days ago. They just treated my breathing and she goes, yeah, she goes, without you taking a COVID test, we can't see you. And these people are looking at me in the waiting room, and I turn around and I said, you know what this is? This is called medical fraud. I said, they're seeing 75, 80 patients a day. They're billing your insurance, and you want to know why your insurance continues to go up. I go, this is the main reason. None of y'all need a COVID test. It's the damn flu. And I say, give me back my ID and my card. Got back in the car, drove to another urgent care where they seen me and said, oh, looks like you got a sinus infection. Oh, man, just absolute BS. Absolute BS, man. It's just absolutely frustrating. Nola's in. Nola says, I accept old Uncle Bill's challenge. Thank you, Nola. But that was my experience last night. And then when I get home, I'm laying down, and I just want to show you a video really quick. Check this out. This is Maduro saying, come for me, like he's a badass.
Venga por mí. Aquí lo espero en Miraflores. No se tarden.
Don't take too long to arrive, coward.
Things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
He said, come for me, you cowards. Now, we got a lot to cover. We got a lot of different video. We've learned some stuff from some rooters reporting how long this has been planned. I'm going to show you some of the videos that I seen last night. Take a look.
Mamá, que pasaron aviones y yo escuché, ay.
Y allá, mira, allá.
Ay, chamo.
Serán bombas que pasarían.
Mamá, que pasaron aviones y yo escuché, ay, mamá, mira otra. Shit. Ay, mamá. Apaga las luces. Ay, carajo. Shit. Apaga eso y apágalo. Mamá, tremenda explosión. Sí, mamá. Para allá, amiga. No, cuidado con el teléfono. Cuidado con el teléfono. No sé qué hace, no sé qué. No.
So that was some of the video. Let me show you some other video that I was sharing on X last night. I was up kind of, luckily I took some Mucinex PM or whatever, the stuff that helps me get to sleep, or I would have been up till 5 a.m. watching this. This is an Army Apache helicopter right here. When we went in, we were not playing around. I'm going to show you some other stuff, and then we'll get to that interesting stuff.
Mamá, huevo. Esa mierda, marico. Mamá, huevo. Qué locura. Mosca ahí. Mira esa mierda, explotaron allá toda esa mierda porque tú no estás explotando.
Mierda, marico, se prendió el peo en esta mierda, ¿oyó?
Huevo.
Marico, llegamos a tiempo a la casa, yo.
Marico, mira esa mierda.
They were hit so hard and so fast, they didn't know which end was up. Um, we're going to get into the aftermath and how people are celebrating, how Venezuelans are celebrating, how anybody that's, I guess you could say, a normal patriot, the only people that are upset, it seems like the only people, like Nicolas Maduro, is the only illegal alien they don't want in the United States. You can't make this stuff up. This has been going on, and there's a lot more than his drug crimes, his war crimes, his fentanyl crimes. There is a lot more. And again, a little different than what we've seen under previous administrations or Democrats, where we send billions and trillions of dollars to NGOs. No, this was done. Take a look at this right here. Now this again, some of the videos I was watching last night, and I was listening to commentary, and I was looking at different news sources, internet news, from my smart TV. So I was picking up like weird stuff I wouldn't normally watch. I wanted to see what the BBC was saying. I wanted to see what all these different things were saying. And of course, you know, well, you could tell it was a good operation, and you could tell the difference between the previous Trump's administration and this administration. And I'll tell you why. There was no leaks. Trump had warned this for a long time. Trump had said, listen, you could do the right thing. He was continuing the narco trafficking. He was continuing his regime. This was both Venezuelan soldiers and civilians started fleeing. I think it's Furueta, Tijuana military complex in southwest Caracas. Take a look.
Esa vaina, mira, mira. Ahí viendo. La gente, mira, mira, montar la gente, ¿eh? Una locura esta vaina. ¿Estás viendo? ¿Ah? Bueno, mira. La gente está como loca caminando, mira.
Now, if you don't understand what implications, and all of you guys already know, we're going to get to the point where Maduro and his wife were captured. If you don't understand the significance of this, take away everything else. There might be people that are against war. I don't see a war going on. I see people celebrating in the streets of Venezuela, which we'll show you. I didn't see any of our soldiers put in harm's way. All soldiers returned. We got some information on that, alive and well. This one here, this one I some incredible stuff. What else do we got here? When it happened, they didn't know what hit them. They had been planning for this, which is amazing. We've had every ship miles out from Venezuela. ready to go. Trump has stated numerous times, this is just one of those things. And I want you to look at the Venezuelan military not knowing what's going on, even questioning, harassing virtually anyone they see on the streets because they don't even know what's
defendiendo
going
la
on.
posición,
Take a
pero
look at this. This is
no les va a durar
own
mucho.
people here.
Deberíamos agachar.
No, van a ir por ellos, van a ir por ellos.
Look at that. That's a guy or girl on a
Mira.
motorcycle, and they don't know if it's you know what's going on. There's people in the vehicles. They're
Ay,
running out
papi,
with their
también
guns
chorreado.
drawn. Sheer
Los van
panic.
a... Mierda, qué desastre. Mira. 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 Bajando a la gente. Mira. Mira, parando carros. Están, bueno, me imagino que están defendiendo la posición, pero no les va a durar mucho.
Deberíamos agachar.
No, van a ir por ellos, van a ir por ellos.
Agachemos.
Mira esto. Se acabó lo que se...
That was one of the videos there. And like I said, you see them right there.
Mira.
I mean, anybody that was around them,
Mira.
just guns drawn. This was some of the aftermath of some of the areas that just absolute impressiveness, and there was also some things that were how do I want to say it, symbolic. This was also a message. This wasn't just we're capturing Nicolas Maduro and his wife, and it's because there's a lot of things. If you read all the charges, he has been a criminal for a very long time. Biden didn't do anything except mouth off and say Trump couldn't do anything with Maduro. Well, Trump finally did. And I want to talk about something that's not being talked about, the implications. That day, Friday, during the day, he met with China. Now, you got to understand, this was sent a loud and clear message to Cuba, to China, and to Russia, who all worked with Venezuela, doing some pretty dirty stuff against the United States. But one of the things they destroyed was the mausoleum where Hugo Chavez was laid to rest. Take a look at this. This is the mausoleum where Hugo Chavez was laid to rest.
Acaban de explotar el 4F.
Mira, mira.
Acaban de explotar el 4F.
Mira, mira.
So it was sending one of those messages. Well, we don't care about you dictators. You're trash. We're going to show you what we can do. We will go in and capture you. We'll do it like we've not seen done, at least in my lifetime. This was a very historic military accomplishment. They were aiding law enforcement in doing this. This was not a declaration of war. And this is what President Trump truthed out right before I went to bed. It says the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. Eastern time at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump. And of course, the Democrats just instantly went, and we'll get to who's celebrating and who's not celebrating here in a minute. But there was some interesting stuff. So as I said, China met with Nicolas Maduro on Friday to talk alliances. These are two countries who are not our friends. We might be able to get along with China, but they are no friend of ours. If anybody tries to tell you otherwise, they are the Communist Chinese Party that wants to destroy Western civilization. Trump captured Maduro later the same day while the Chinese delegation was still remaining in Venezuela. The Trump team knew this. The Trump team knew everything that they were doing and how this would directly send a message to Xi Jinping and the rest of the world watching. This was earlier in the day, guys.
Me trae muy buenos recuerdos. Feliz año. Feliz año. Este es el año del caballo, ¿verdad, Salvador? Ah, es caballo. Yo soy tigre. Tú. Ah, tanto tiempo. Yo lo conocí a él muy joven. Muy joven. Hace 20 años. Hace 20 años. Sí. Como traductor cuando estaba el presidente Juntao. Ahora es director. Qué increíble, ¿verdad? Como pasa el tiempo. Está igual.
So literally later on, after that meeting, and just epic. And I know we're going to be seeing some more video and stuff like that come out, and I can't wait. Listen to this right here. This is just epic.
Maduro, can you tell us where Maduro and his wife are right this second?
Well, they'll be heading to New York. You know, they were indicted in New York, and also.
So are they taken to a ship first, and then?
Yes, to Iwo Jima. They're on a ship.
Okay.
But they'll be heading into New York. The helicopters took them out, and they went by helicopter in a nice flight. I'm sure they loved it. But they've killed a lot of people. Remember that they killed a lot of people, and
a lot of Americans.
Even people in their own country. They killed a lot of people to maintain power. He's a very vicious person.
Can you tell us where?
Very vicious person. I can't think of another person in this country that deserved this more than Maduro. Now, this isn't starting a new war. I think people are so used to how past administrations, Democrats and Republicans, did war. That's not how Trump is handling this. They went in, they went out. They're gonna fix and stabilize Venezuela. Again, this is huge in an overall context of what's going on worldly. Take away the fentanyl, take away the drugs, take away the cocaine. This is when we talk about peace through strength, this is peace through strength. They could have just blown his ass to smithereens. They didn't. They're sending a message. They literally went in and captured the man. I mean, think about that. When have you heard anything like this in your lifetime? Where we go in and do this. Here we have this right here for all you Maduro fans, and you need somebody to pray for. There's a picture for you. You can pray for that man right there. Look at, they even gave him some NGO water, so the leftists should be happy. This was just incredible what has happened. And again, I love Donald Trump.
Hey, to wave the flag, ooh, the red, white, and blue. And when the band It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son. No. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. No.
So we have a lot of people. There's plenty. Excuse me. There's plenty of countries that have done the United States very dirty. Venezuela let a lot of their prisoners out. They did a lot of bad things to this country. Wouldn't accept the illegal aliens coming over because they sent them here. I don't think there'll be a problem returning Venezuelans now. When I look and I think of war, I think of Iraq. I think of all these other wars that I didn't support. I think of ground troops fighting for something that's worthless. And you get to decide what's worthless and what's not in this country. To be honest with you, I hear people say, oh, this is for oil or whatever. There's a lot more behind it. But let's just say it was for oil. I remember myself having a t-shirt, my first political t-shirt, probably 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And it was a polar bear. I bought it off Glenn Beck. It was a polar bear. And it said, drill through his ass for cheaper gas. So, again, I want to show you some of the stories that are going along online right here. It says this was somebody recording in Venezuela and letting his wife know what just went on. Take a look at this. Democrats hate this.
Por fin pasó. Flaca. Agarraron a Maduro.
No, no me digas.
Te lo juro.
No.
Te lo juro.
No, no me digas eso.
Lo puso Trump.
No.
Sí, lo agarraron.
No.
Qué arrecho, flaca.
No, a ver.
¿Viste?
No me toques esto.
Lo agarraron a él.
Estoy temblando. Apaga, mi amor.
Ah, coño.
Agarraron a Maduro y...
Te digo bye bye, chao sayonara.
Historic. Listen to President Trump. Some of it, we're just going to play a little bit of some of the different clips from the press conference, but take a listen to this.
Venezuela. Overwhelming American. Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II. It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
And it truly was. It was from what I'm understanding, maybe 2.5 hours that they were in Venezuela. It was a very dangerous mission. But this is what happens when you get out wokeness of your military. This is what happens when you have a Secretary of War like Pete Hegseth. They have been working on this. We're going to get into all those details. Now, I want to, something that just clicked in my mind right here. When we were at the border in 2021, we were in Eagle Pass, Texas, I think. Or what was that little town? 35 minutes 35 minutes west. I'll think of the name of it. And we were along the river there where they had the properties with the fence. And we interviewed a gentleman. He spoke English. It was him, his wife, and his 2 children. And where are you from? He says, Venezuela. Why'd you come to America? We're fleeing the persecution. Venezuela is a bad place. And I'm paraphrasing. I have the interview somewhere on one of my drives. And he was dressed very nice. And I said that. I said, well, you have nice clothes. He says, I'm a doctor. You wouldn't understand the things that Venezuela makes us do. Not good. And he goes, we come here for freedom. We come here. Now, these are people that were actually coming to pledge allegiance to, there is Venezuelans. You see them celebrating right now that love America, that are celebrating in the United States. I remember having that conversation. And, I remember Democrats used to talk about human rights violations. Oh, my God, we need to do something. We need to cut this off at this country. We need to do this. Probably no more ever so than Nicolas Maduro. Take a look at, I love this. I had to play this part because, we've been saying it a lot longer than the Trump administration.
Full display in the middle of the night. Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around and he found out. On full display in the middle of the night.
He effed around and he found out.
Nicolas
I have
Maduro
to wear that hat to
had his chance.
My yellow FAFO hat. I have to do it. And then I love Secretary Marco Rubio. Honestly, he's medium large Marco. He was little Marco, medium Marco. He's getting up there to large Marco. Take a listen to what he says right here. Lays down the hammer in this press conference. And thank you for everybody for gifting subscriptions on the Oreo Express. And once again, before I get into Marco Rubio, we do have a raffle going on. We are going to DC. We are flying out tomorrow, and we had some hiccups where we couldn't work. We couldn't finish our New Year's Eve police calls because I ended up in the hospital, and then I ended up in urgent care last night. So it's going to be 6 items. I'm just going to go through them really quick because we got a long show here. If you guys want to enter, we are going to pick a winner tomorrow after afternoon. After I get back from church. We have the Trump light up hat. Better now than ever before. You got Trump. You got the 4547. I know someone that'll be in DC that really wants this, but I just don't know if he's MAGA enough, right, Quincy? We got this little metal sign here, warning, does not play well with liberals. We got 3 books that Krista R donated to us. Give me 1 second. Let's get this all over here. We got Understanding Trump's from Newt Gingrich, which is something that maybe I'm thinking Maduro should have read. We got He Killed Them All, Janine Pirro, Robert Durst, and My Quest for Justice. And this one's actually signed. We got Mark Levin, American Marxism, and then a Trump knife. Let me get this out. A Trump knife right here. 3.5-inch knife. And a Charlie Kirk commemorative coin. On the back, it says E Pluribus Unum. Says liberty and justice for all. And on the front, it says a true patriot, Charlie Kirk. It has the dates. And then it says Charlie Kirk on the bottom. So those items, we are going to draw a winner tomorrow. And I will go through and list all the details here in a minute on everybody who donated. We're going to do the drawing tomorrow. If you guys want to get in, both our Venmo and our PayPal are at Oreo Josh. The Venmo's down there on the bottom. We have givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And we also have Zelle. If you do a Zelle, you want to do bank transfer, online transfer banking, that is purepatriot559@yahoo.com is the address. And it looks like we got $100 entry right there. If I win, give that to Quincy. Matt, First Amendment Media, thank you so much. And then also we got Mindy Patriot Angel says, have a safe trip. Thank you guys for getting us on the road, taking care of us while we're there. We can't do any of this without our viewer funding. So thank you. So if you guys want to get in, I'll list everybody that entered here at the end of the show. And I want to say thank you. Now listen to Marco Rubio here, guys. This is epic.
Than the following points. Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration, the second Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward, which I guess we saved $50 million. And
we should make sure.
Yeah, exactly. But
don't let anybody claim it. Nobody deserves it but us.
But I want to be clear about one thing. Nicolas Maduro had multiple opportunities to avoid this. He was provided multiple very, very, very generous offers and chose instead to act like a wild man, chose instead to play around. And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy, like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides he's going to invite Iran into his country, is going to, do the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gang members, is going to take Americans prisoner and try to hold them for hostage and trade them like he was able to do with the Biden administration. Basically likes to play games all this time and thinks nothing's going to happen. And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it. He actions it. I can tell you, I've watched this process now for 14, 15 years, been around it. Everybody talks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to do this. We're going to take. This is a president of action. Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out. And I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States.
It was a direct threat to the interest of the United States, especially when they're partnered with Russia and China and all these other socialist communist countries. I just love what he says there. When Trump says something, he means it. He's not Obama, where he's going to draw a red line in the sand and absolutely do nothing. He's not Biden, where Biden will send his secretary or John Kerry to go shake Maduro's hand. We got that video. We're going to show you that in a minute. And then listen to our military official right here. Listen to this right
during the
here.
darkest hours of January 2nd, and was the culmination of months of planning and rehearsal, an operation that, frankly, only the United States military could undertake. Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land and sea across the Western Hemisphere. In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night. Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20, and our oldest crew member was 49. And there's simply no match for American military might.
I just love that. Again, it is sending a message to others. And actually, Trump did say something there. Before we get into that, I'm going to follow up with what he just said. Elite U.S. troops, this is from Reuters, including the Army's Delta Force, created an exact replica of Maduro's safe house and practiced how they would enter the strongly fortified residence. The CIA had a small team on the ground starting in August who were able to provide insight into Maduro's pattern of life that made grabbing him seamless, according to one source familiar with the matter. Two other sources told Reuters the intelligence agency had also had an asset close to Maduro who would monitor his movements and was poised to pinpoint his exact location as the operation unfolded. Now, I've watched a documentary. I'm trying to think what this documentary was. I just watched it 2 months ago, where we did the same thing. We literally, in the United States, build up a replica We had to hide it from satellites and everything else. And they practiced day in and day out, coming down from the helicopter, going in, snatching someone up. What was it? I'm going to have to find it because I want you guys to watch it because it'll be very similar to what this was. And this was a lot of work. Listen to this right here. Talking about, Congress wanted to know so they could tip off Maduro, the Democrats. Listen to what Marco Rubio says.
Did you notify any members of Congress in advance?
And Marco, do you want to talk about that? Because you were involved in it.
Sure. We called Congress immediately after. This was not the kind of mission that you can do congressional notification on. It was a trigger-based mission in which conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement function. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, this was an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives of American justice, and the Department of War supported the Department of Justice in that job. Now, there are broader policy implications here, but it's just not the kind of mission that you can pre-notify because it endangers the mission.
Plus, if I could add one thing to that, Congress has a tendency to leak.
That's right. That's right. You guys are right. It was Osama bin Laden that I was talking about. It was a documentary. If you guys haven't seen it, they did the same thing. And if you remember, they actually, they got some type of, what they call it, drift wind or something. When the helicopter landed, they actually had to leave a helicopter behind and explode it when they left, when they did the Osama bin Laden raid. And it was just incredible to watch that documentary. It was just incredible. And we got a Saint fan on Rumble. Josh, give him a heck in DC. You know I will. And you know what I'm thinking? We were supposed to come back the 7th. I got to see if I could change my plane flight possibly once I land. I'm thinking all the commies are going to be protesting in D.C. now. They're already protesting in New York. They're already calling for the release of Nicolas Maduro. The same people that voted for a communist in New York City are now out marching in the streets. We're going to get that. We got that news coming up shortly. What else do we have here? Listen to what Trump says about the drug lord president of Colombia.
The aftermath of this operation. So just what your message is
well,
about
he
that.
has cocaine mills. He has factories where he makes cocaine. And yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States. So he does have to watch his ass.
Mr. President. He does have to watch himself. I wonder if the president of Colombia heard that and said, watch it. Again, there's a big war on drugs. You know that when people say, oh, people are dying. Yeah, hundreds of thousands are dying because of illegal drugs that are flowing into our country. And President Trump has made that his top priority to get something done. How many remember this? June 21st, 2021. Joe Biden said, Trump talks tough on Venezuela, but admires thugs and dictators like Nicolas Maduro. As president, I will stand with the Venezuelan people and for democracy. That's hilarious. That was in June 2021. And that was after an Axios report. It says President Trump suggested to Axios in an interview that he's had second thoughts about his decision to recognize Juan Guaidó as the new legitimate leader of Venezuela, and said he's open to meeting with dictator Nicolas Maduro. You got to understand Trump and how he works. So what happened during the time that Trump was last in office and now that he's back in office? Joe Biden actually sent John Kerry to Egypt in 2022 to cozy up with the Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro. How many remember this? Let me refresh it so it'll play. There's the Biden administration, and there's the drug kingpin himself.
¿Verdad que sí? Suerte, suerte.
Democrats love dictators, and they love people that are hostile to their own people. If you don't remember, Nicolas Maduro also removed when all this was going on, and he lost an election, and then he declared victory, and he used his military to get people off X and do everything else, if you remember. So just moments ago, this was about an hour ago, right when I started the show. This was Nicolas Maduro. I think he was sent to Gitmo, then from Gitmo into New York, and now a helicopter ride over to where his final landing will be. Take a look at this. He is on that plane right there. Stewart Airport in Orange County, New York.
Around here, we see some of the airport personnel. Over on the south side of the airfield, as a matter of fact, we can see some vehicles down there. You have the hangar with people outside the hangar. So it would appear that the 757 will make its way over.
I don't remember, man, this will go down in history as a huge day. Carcaras woke up this morning to the sounds of Venezuelans shouting freedom and applauding and celebrate this moment, years in the making. Take a listen. This is sunrise. You can even hear them shout USA. But we got some more, guys. We got some more. How about this?
Esto no tiene comparación. Gracias, Dios mío. Gracias, Dios.
Esta señora que no ha parado de llorar desde que llegó.
This is Telemundo.
Viene en pijama, como lo pueden ver, todavía ella está. Cuénteme un poco su reacción, mi amor. Cuénteme un poco qué siente en este momento.
Esto no tiene comparación.
These people
Gracias,
are
Dios mío.
celebrating all
Gracias, Dios.
over. Let me show you some other stuff.
Me arrodillé y lloré en mi casa.
Let me close some of these windows out so I can get them out of the way. Take a look. I wish Americans could have as much pride in their country, especially Democrats, as Venezuelans do in their country right now. Look at this. You know, if Democrats had to do something like that, they wouldn't know what to do because they only have Palestinian flags. They're probably picking up different flags. They have the Chinese flag. They have the Antifa flag, but they're just not prepared with the United States flag. So I don't think they could come out and celebrate for the United States. Look at this. A renewed life. A renewed life there. Just incredible to see. How about this? Venezuelans celebrated freedom by bringing down the statue of Maduro. Take a look at this. Democrats are really upset, especially these Democrats, Socialist of America. They love Maduro, the DSA, all the Mamdani supporters. I don't know if any of us, I think we all, and we talked about it. When Trump says FAFO, he means it. We knew something would go on. I didn't think this would happen like this. When Trump's tweet came out, when his True Social post came out, I was like, there's no effing way he captured Maduro and his wife. How about this? Venezuelan patriots have tears in their eyes as they celebrate the arrest of the socialist dictator. And there's a lot of stuff.
Algo que no sé cómo explicarlo, o sea, es una emoción.
Muchos años esperando esta pronta libertad, que todavía, bueno, pero por lo menos estamos saliendo de una de las peores ratas de Venezuela.
Gracias al gobierno de Trump por esta libertad que nos está brindando. De alguna manera se convierte junto a Edmundo González y a María Corina Machado en los...
Just amazing. Just amazing. Where's this one at? This is at Versalles. This is where I always go eat in Miami. Listen to this. Miami has a big Venezuelan, Cuban culture there, and a lot of immigrants from there. Take a listen to this.
Outside of the restaurant there, a very popular place. Aaron, talk to us about some of the conversations that you've been having there on the ground.
Well, you're going to see how things have been developing throughout this report. I want you to really pay attention to the cars that have been driving by. They're really honking in support, and they're seeing the large gathering of people with Cuban flags, with Venezuelan flags out here. And then as we see by, the people in the crowd, there are a lot of Trump hats, Make America Great hats as well. Sir, you just said yes.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me what you're feeling right now.
Right now, I feel very emotional because this is something beautiful for my parents. They've been here since 1959, and I feel very proud to be part of this. This, to me, is the most wonderful thing there is, really.
I kind of want to get to why you came here. What about this place was a gathering place?
Why? Because I am proud to be Cuban. I was born in the United States, but I am proud to be Cuban. I'm proud to be part of this culture. Growing up in this culture has been something special in my heart. And I really want Cuba to be free already,
If you haven't ever eaten there before, I've eaten there about 7 times. I ate there twice when we went there on vacation 2 Augusts ago with the family. Just absolute good food. It just epic. And they love MAGA there. Trump, that's where Trump went and ate after one of his events in Miami. And this is just more video. But unfortunately, guys, not everybody's happy. Oh my God, it's about as bad as the view right here.
In your heart of hearts, when you think about what the United States just did, I think there are very few Americans right now who have any idea why the United States did this. If this was about drug trafficking, then why did President Trump just pardon the former president of Honduras, who was convicted of sending hundreds of tons of drugs into the United States. If this was about something about the illegitimacy of Maduro's election, well, that's something that the U.S. is, decrying any other country policing. We just sanctioned Brazil for having tried to protect itself from a coup by its former president, Jair Bolsonaro. I mean, if it's about gangs, we had the president of El Salvador, who is believed by U.S. law enforcement to be very linked with the notorious gang MS-13, which has caused incredible damage in the hemisphere, including in the United States. He's invited into the Oval Office, and the president says that he's looking forward to sending homegrown Americans to that president's essentially, jungle concentration camps. So all of the purported explanations for what's happened here don't stand up to logical scrutiny. The president has never articulated a coherent rationale for having done this. This seems like
I don't know very many people as miserable. I mean, they just need to put her on The View and quickly. Listen to Senator Ruben Gallego is upset because his own father's a cartel kingpin, his own father a cartel member. Listen to this right
Which
here.
conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days.
How do you respond, sir?
I mean, that's absolute BS. Presidents, past presidents, including Donald Trump, has talked to our leadership. And mind you, not all senators and all congressmen need to be privy to this type of information. And they have been part of the chain of understanding what's happening there, especially when you're going to conduct what is essentially a war, when you're sending in men and women into harm's way, which potentially could have gone wrong. If not for really the execution of our great military, we avoided a lot of potential situations. You need to have congressional oversight of this. And more importantly, you still need to have congressional approval. The president is very clear that he wants to occupy Venezuela. He wants to take the oil. Nothing in what they've said so far in their justification is a reason why they went to get Maduro. But going forward, he does not have the approval of Congress nor the American public for an occupation of Venezuela, and needs to come and ask.
It looks like everything we're showing you, he had pretty much a pretty good approval of what he did from the American public. And I just want to bring that up. So today I had to go get my antibiotic. If you weren't here at the beginning of the show, nightmare at urgent care last night. And so when I get in there, I'm wearing this right here. And I walk up and the damn pharmacy's closed, and it says they'll return in 20 minutes in the Walmart. So I walk back out, and this guy sees me, and I didn't know. He reacted a couple times, and he goes like this to give me a high five. He goes, "Did you see what went on last night?" He was not a white guy. Didn't ask what his nationality. He goes, "Man," he goes, "you want to talk a president that knows how to get something done. This is amazing." And maybe he could have been Venezuelan. I don't know. He was darker, Hispanic complected. And we sat there and talked for a few minutes. I had Caden with me. I told Caden we would look at toys while the pharmacy was closed. So we walk over there. Here comes another one. And I was like, you can't just make this up, man. I'm looking at people, and I wear these hats all the time. I get in line, and the guy 3 registers over. I'm in self-checkout. He's not in self-checkout. And he looks up and he goes, so then on the way home, go to gas station. Guy goes, man, he taps his buddy. He's at the car behind me getting gas, and they're sitting there BSing. He goes, check out his hat. I love that. And I was like, and he goes, I love your hat, man. And I go, thanks. And I go, especially after last night. And he goes, last night? What happened last night? And he goes, I'm not abreast of the situation. I haven't followed the news yet today. And I told him, he's like, are you serious? Like he's in our possession now? And he goes, man, I'll never doubt Trump again. So yeah, they want you to believe her. How about Maxine Waters? What do you think Mad Max was talking about? She said, what the hell is going on? Trump has supposedly, I can't do it. Trump has supposedly abducted President Maduro and his wife and brought them to the United States for trial, supposedly for drug trafficking and bringing drugs into the United States. And then their talking point, it was just a few weeks ago when Trump pardoned one of the biggest drug traffickers in the world, Juan Orlando Hernandez. The former president of Honduras, who had been convicted by the Biden administration, was serving a 45-year sentence in prison. What is this? Is this about regime change? Is it about oil? Or is it a power play to continue to send a message around the world that Trump is an all-powerful and he is headed towards dictatorship in our own country? One thing that Democrats hate about this is everything that is going on, our gas prices that are low. No, you can't thank a Democrat. They haven't jumped on board with any of Trump's policies. When it comes to the trillions of dollars investment, no thanks to Democrats. They've obstructed this entire thing. When it comes to picking up Maduro and his wife, like literally in a huge military operation, no Democrats were present. And they are getting upset. They are getting upset. How about this? More upset people? Orlando, Florida is rallying against President Trump's Venezuela strikes and Maduro's capture. Even one has a no king sign. Take a look and you'll guess it. What do you think they are? Mostly white liberals. Take a look for yourself.
Venezuela in our hearts! Venezuela in our hearts! Stop this war before it starts! Stop this war before it starts! Venezuela in our hearts! Venezuela in our hearts! Stop this war before it starts!
It's funny, this white guy has Trump hands off Venezuela sign, but the people in Venezuela, retard, are sitting there celebrating this. They're on the streets thanking President Trump. This is how ignorant these people are. These are the people that are destroying this country. These are the people we need to remove citizenship from. We need to change the Constitution. Get rid of these filthy sacks of shit. They are worthless. They are nothing. I guarantee none of them are worth a damn. How about Chuck Schumer? Chuck Schumer said, let me be clear. Nicolas Maduro is an illegitimate dictator. Okay. But launching military action without congressional authorization and without a credible plan for what comes next is reckless. They're upset. They wanted this to go on, and they wanted our military. They wanted one of our helicopters to get struck down. They wanted dead soldiers so they could blame Trump. But they've been planning this for a long time. There is a plan. That's the whole purpose of this. That's why they've been doing this since August. We are now in January. It says the administration has assured me 3 separate times that it was not pursuing regime change or taking military action in Venezuela. Clearly, they are not being straight with Americans. Why would we tell a socialist that we're going to take down a socialist dictator? They have the same blood in there. Right here. It says the idea that Trump plans to now run Venezuela should strike fear in the hearts of all Americans. The American people have seen this before and paid the devastating price. The administration must brief Congress immediately on its objectives and its plan to prevent a humanitarian and geopolitical disaster that plunges us into another endless war or one that trades one corrupt dictator for another. Yeah, we're going to do what Hillary Clinton would do, right? They love regime changes when it's them. Poor Chucky. How about this? More foreigners in the U.S. with communist flags have taken over Times Square in New York City.
Stop bombing Venezuela!
Warning. The U.S. launched a massive criminal bombing campaign on Venezuela.
Shame!
This war has nothing to do with drug trafficking. If the U.S. were interested in ending drug trafficking,
stand with the Bolivarian Revolution. Can you believe this? Can you believe this?
they will talk to their allies.
The only good commie is a dead commie.
No more wars for empire! No more! Venezuela! Stop bombing Venezuela! Stop bombing Venezuela!
Venezuela has never been a source of drug trade. Here, this war is about oil. This war is about taking control of Venezuela. They have now kidnapped.
Kidnapped, guys. They have kidnapped. Same thing they say when it's illegals that have murdered, raped, and pillaged your families.
The president of Venezuela. What country has the right to put on trial the president of another?
He wasn't the president. He was illegitimate.
Since when does the Trump administration have the moral, legal, or even political right to put another president on trial?
Donald Trump in the USA! Donald Trump in the USA! Stop bombing Venezuela now! Stop bombing Venezuela now! Biggest...
You are not allowed to rape Venezuela either. These people have a serious, I mean, this is beyond Trump derangement syndrome, folks. This is going on right now here in the United States after folks in Venezuela and around the world are cheering President Trump.
Weren't fond of his leadership. He came in 2014, really swooped the people under his wing, and by 2016 they
whenever something happens in the world, especially like this.
Who should be put on trial for the bombing campaign against the Venezuelan people? Who should be put on trial?
It's America! This is America! This is America, y'all! Come on! This is America, y'all! I'm sick of this shit! I'm sick of it! I'm fucking
Then go back to your country.
sick of it, bro! This is America! Woo!
Love that guy.
I am fucking at the end of my fucking rope, bro. You have tyrants fucking... I want to say...
Can you believe this guy's that angry right now? He's that angry that he wants to commit harm to an American citizen.
But what can you say when you are literally told that I crashed Bella, bro? I crashed Bella. Yo, you lucky I never gave a oh, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Fuck at you, bro. And Michael, fuck you up. We know what we're
There's threats.
A Trump cock-sucking faggot.
Of the contemporary era. One of the great crimes.
Let's see what else we have coming out of that. There's a lot more to show you guys. Give me a second. Got to make up for lost time. Let's see. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani released a statement about the operation in Venezuela and said he was briefed about it, as well as the plans to imprison Maduro in the city. This blatant pursuit of a regime change doesn't affect those abroad. It directly impacts New Yorkers, including tens of thousands of Venezuelans who call my city home. My focus is their safety and the safety of every New Yorker, and for my administration will continue to monitor the situation and issue relevant guidance. Nobody's listening to your dumbass. Here he is.
My chief of staff, my chief counsel, the police commissioner, as well as other members of my team. I called the president and spoke with him directly to register my opposition to this act and to make clear that it was an opposition based on being opposed to a pursuit of regime change, to the violation of federal and international law, and a desire to see that be consistent each and every day.
We didn't pull up the indictment, but the indictment was unsealed. You know, it's funny. You can go back and find all the Democrats talking about how bad he was during Biden and how bad this should have happened during Biden. Look at this. This is the march. I know, I didn't think there was that many white people in New York either. Let's see. Boom. Venezuelans are now confronting the white liberal communists in New York City who are protesting this in support of Maduro.
Venezuela libre. Thank you, Mr. President Donald Trump. Thank you. Maduro exporta coca. Maduro narcotraficante. Venezuela libre. Regresen, que en Estados Unidos no lo quieren. Regresen, que Trump no lo quiere. Regresen, que Trump no lo quiere.
Look at that. These white people that were out at Tesla dealerships are now going up against immigrants because they're happy their country's being freed.
Regresen, que Trump no lo quiere. Regrésate, que Trump no lo quiere. Delincuente. De todo su país completo. ¿Qué haces tú aquí? Tú no eres estadounidense. Cállese los ojos, usted, maldita vieja hijo de puta. Usted no es venezolana. Usted no es venezolana.
You just can't make this stuff up, guys. The story writes itself. This is insane. Let's see what else we got here. Reporter in Times Square. I'm going to show you some of the crowd here. They are chanting U.S. out of Venezuela.
Captured their leader. I'm going to show you some of the crowd here. They are chanting U.S. out of Venezuela. There are Venezuelan flags, lots of signs. There are drums here. I will tell you, Alex, though, I have spoken to some people from Venezuela who actually told me that their families are a little on the happier side that Maduro is out of the country.
I love white liberals. They can speak for black people. They can speak for everybody. They are the problem. I told you this a long time ago. It's crazy. How about this? Mexican protesters who are opposed to the U.S. operation in Venezuela are throwing eggs at the U.S. embassy in Mexico City. They want that drugs to come through. They need that drugs to keep going in
¿Quién
Mexico.
se cree Estados Unidos? ¿Quién es? Eso se limpia. Eso se limpia.
Mexico better be careful too. Bunch of peachy jotos right there.
Unidos. ¿Quiénes se creen? ¡Váyanse al carajo! ¡Ya quise mierda!
These people. That's in Mexico City, Mexico, guys. Let's see. The actual Venezuelans are happy. The white liberals, the communists, they're not so happy. How about this? Communists are recruiting people at their protest in Times Square against the arrest of Venezuelans Nicolas Maduro. Take a look at this. Are you a communist? Then get organized.
It was the U.S. invasion of Panama in 1989. In his press conference detailing the operation, U.S. President Trump.
Man, this is the kind of stuff where they are a waste of space, a waste of oxygen. Let's see. Trying to see if it
where they have just
Metropolitan
in on the
Maduro
phone.
Getting off the plane right there. Let's see.
Los gringos están invadiendo bases.
These Venezuelans right here were streaming, doing a live stream when they heard the news.
Unas...
Se metieron en Venezuela. Los gringos. Están invadiendo bases. Se acaban de meter en Venezuela.
¿Qué pasó, bro?
No, ¿dónde están matando a Maduro?
¿Qué pasó, bro?
Sí, marico, están reventando bases aéreas.
Marico, me cagué muy feo,
Marico, están
bro.
reventando bases aéreas.
Bro, ustedes no pueden llegar a hacer el stream, bro, y espantarme así, bro. A Caracas. Yo, papi, estos coños llegan, papi, me llegan a la... Ya va, en serio, ya va.
Man, I'm telling you, the liberals are destroying this country. Let's see. This woman's angry. This Democrat, Becca Ballant.
Service members who were put in harm's way. And this was not necessary. Good morning, Jonathan. Look, I'm angry on behalf of Americans, on behalf of Congress, and most importantly, on behalf of our service members who were put in harm's way. And this was not necessary. This was not legal. And we saw this coming.
Democrats just can't win for nothing, guys. They can't win for nothing. The people of Venezuela are thanking President Trump.
Everyone here
this is history in the making.
It really is
my chest, it feels like it's going to explode
so
with
many
joy.
Coming
Because
together, there are a lot of emotions.
I mean, before I was even born,
They're not just
there have been struggles.
because of what just
My
happened
family
to
has
them.
been
This
fighting
comes from
for so many
generations
years.
upon generations of stories of
Before I
struggle.
was even here,
Stories
they have told me about it. They told
that was really, we are waiting for that in pound and up per the words.
The Dems are outside the White House protesting. Oh, man. You notice all these people saying hands off Venezuela. They were doing it from the comfort of sitting in the United States. Why weren't they over in Venezuela under the Biden administration? Why didn't they go over there and do something? Just crazy. How about this? This is the video of Nicolas Maduro arrived in New York.
Document the moment that Maduro stepped from the plane and is being taken in the clutches of America. Perhaps some of the agents are pausing with their phones, right, to perhaps photograph or document the moment that Maduro stepped from the plane and is being taken in the clutches of American law enforcement down the steps, now in federal custody after a dramatic and, as the military called it, audacious overnight operation involving more than 150 aircraft taking off simultaneously from 20 different bases, helicopters flying at no more than 100 feet in order to extract Maduro and his wife from their hiding spot on the presidential compound in Caracas.
Aaron, what happens tonight when he gets on that helicopter and he's brought to Manhattan? What's the next step?
He'll be processed as a criminal defendant, and that means in all likelihood a photograph, a mugshot, will be taken. We may not see it. They are typically not released in the federal system. Also means fingerprints and any other brief medical screenings that need to be done. If there's medication that he takes or needs, that could be arranged for him as well. And then it's another short ride to jail where a similar procedure could begin again. But it appears now that Nicolas Maduro, under the cover of dusk and now dark, has been taken from the plane, escorted down the steps by American law enforcement, largely with the DEA. And we can tell you, Ike, the DEA administrator, Terry Cole, made the trip from Washington to be there on the tarmac to personally place.
Historic. We'll be learning about that. The kids, future generations will be learning about that for a long time to come. Let's see. What else do we got here? How about this? Pete Buttigieg. You want to see on January 6, 20? Listen, here's Pete Buttigieg. The illegitimate takeover of the Venezuelan National Assembly is further evidence that dictator Maduro will stop at nothing to consolidate his grip on power. I stand behind Juan Guaido and the Venezuelan people as they strive to reclaim their democracy and defend their rights. That was 6 years ago, guys. 6 years ago, almost exactly. Today, it's an old and obvious pattern. An unpopular president failing the economy and losing his grip on power at home decides to launch a war for regime change abroad. The American people don't want to run a foreign country while our leaders fail to improve the lives in this one. I just love Democrats, man. I love that there's a history of all this too. See, don't forget, guys, we are heading to DC late tomorrow night. We're going to be live again tomorrow where we're going to hold our raffle. If you guys want to get in, we're raising money for food, lodging, and transportation while we're in DC. So if you guys want to see what the raffle is, we're going to be doing it live on the air. Every $10 donation gets you one entry. If you do $30, that's 3 entries. You got to want this more than ever. Well, I'll show you all the items you will win. Let me see here. Where does this thing keep going to? Yeah, this right here. The light up Trump hat. Check that out. That's pretty cool. I know some of y'all have been wanting that. You have my favorite warning. This metal sign does not play well with liberals. A metal sign. And then our great friend Krista R. donated 3 books. It is American Marxism, which you're seeing out on the streets of New York. It's a Janine Pirro book. He killed them all, and it is signed. And Understanding Trump from Newt Gingrich. Maybe some of these people should read this book. Also, a Charlie Kirk commemorative coin. Let's see. There you go. You can see it right there. One side says in E Pluribus Unum with the American eagle and the capital behind it. It says liberty and justice for all. On the other side, it's Charlie Kirk says a true patriot has his name with the date he was born and 2025. It says Charlie Kirk and this 3.5-inch Trump knife. So thank you, Krista. If you guys want in on this, all this will be shipped out to you. We pick one winner, and the way to get in is to donate to us. We are 100% viewer funded. So if you guys want to get in, our Venmo and our PayPal are both at Oreo Josh on the bottom. We have givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And we also have our Zelle. If you do mobile or online banking and want to do a Zelle transfer, you can get in by doing that. Our Zelle address is purepatriot559@yahoo.com. We do it all random. We put your name in the wheel of names. It spins live, and then we'll get that shipped out to you. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got the message from the Democrats. Looked like the memo went out. I mean, therefore I am posted this. He goes, she goes, haha, very organic and genuine. The anti-Trump post. Look at this. They all match. All the posts are going out. Look at this one, Mar. These are all the bots and are the paid DNC. Look at these two are exactly the same. That one's exactly the same. That one's exactly the same. That one's exactly the same. That one is got some Spanish in it. That's the memos went out. The bots are working overtime right now to say Trump bad. Let's see. Let me refresh this. I'm talking to Quincy right now. Meeting Quincy at the airport. We're going to be working together down there. You know, the white conservative preacher guy. And And I'm saying, hey, we might need to extend this trip a little because all this stuff's going on down there. Washington, D.C. could get crazy. So we might be needing to extend it. He said the Women's March is happening soon. He just don't know when. I'll have to look at all that stuff tonight. Let's see what else we got here. Let me do this. I'm with Tard with a hard R. I'm sick of seeing the same thing over and over. Put new shit on my feed. Come on, X. This is pretty cool. Very rare. Footage shows the U.S. RQ-170 stealth drone returning to Puerto Rico after reportedly supporting last night's U.S. strikes in Venezuela. Look at this. You know what else is interesting? I forgot to mention, and I wasn't feeling good last night, but it was so loud I had to go out. We're not close to the airport here, but when the fighter jets take off from the 144th Airborne here in Fresno, we can hear it. And last night when this was going on and I was laying there watching World News, I kept hearing, I was like, and so I pulled up my flight radar and I was trying to figure out what was going on. I literally, I'll let you listen really quick. Dude, they had even jets and fighters here, like, I don't know what they were doing, whether they were taking off or not, something. I've never heard that at 2 a.m. before. They were getting ready though, just in case. And I wonder if I still have that. Let me see if you guys can hear this. That's from my backyard. You can hear the jets in the background all firing up. And it got loud inside my house. And like I said, I'm miles away from the airport. So they had operations going on all over. I'd like to find out more if they were just getting the jets ready just in case. Let's see what else we got here. White women. We got to love our white women.
And our country is going into another country with enough firepower to take their president and then saying you're going to charge their president with criminal charges in our country is such an insane breach of sovereignty. I'm like so shook.
Yeah, just a quick question. Just so we're all aligned in 2026, we know we're not the good guys, right?
White liberal women, the destruction of this nation, and Venezuelans celebrating. Venezuelans sings the national anthem as they celebrate in Times Square. I love that Venezuelan having a USA jacket on. So many of them appreciate what this country has offered them. Venezuelans are happy, but white liberal women are not, guys. Here's some pictures from overnight. They were all awake all night long. Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, all these. Take a look at them. These are some epic, iconic photos that will go down in history. Take a look at that. Epic, epic, epic photo. And they said that this couldn't be done, that with with the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, that he would destroy our military. Trump would destroy our military. This was a huge operation. Whether you agree with it, whether you don't, I don't care. The thing is, it was successful. Our men and women came back safe. They executed what they needed to do, and they did it flawlessly. It sent a message around the world. Massive crowds have taken to the streets of Venezuela. We showed you that one. Check this out. This is epic. And we did have one helicopter that was hit, but we successfully got it back somehow. And again, if you guys haven't seen that video I was talking about, the documentary on bin Laden, I'm not sure if I'm getting it confused right now. It might be a 3-part series. I watched it all in one night, and how they recreated the compound that he was in, and they worked on it every day, worked on everything. They did it again. Just amazing. Just amazing. He doesn't look too happy now. Didn't he say, "Come and get me, you cowards? Come and get me, you cowards"? Great work by our federal law enforcement partners. And I think that's it. I think that's it for now. Carolyn oh, no, it went away. It went away. Let's see. The French far left is now burning the USA flag because they are upset that the socialist dictator has been arrested in Venezuela. Just a lot of Venezuelans. Let me sorry. All right, let me go through here really quick. I'm gonna give some shout outs. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. If I miss anybody, I apologize, but you all will be added, and here's your chance to get into the raffle. I'll show you everything before we end the show. Sandy S got in for 2 entries on PayPal. Michael L, 2 on Venmo. Katie May, 3 on Venmo. Renee, thank you so much. Says for DC or whatever you need with 10 entries on Cash App. Thank you, Nola, for 2 entries. Let's see. Old Uncle Bill matching that with 10 entries. And then also another one from Old Uncle Bill, gifting those to Trina. Thank you, Old Uncle Bill. And then we had some up here. Let me see this. Live chat. We had Mindy Patriot Angel for 2, First Amendment Media Matt for 10, Saint Fan for 5. Thank you guys. Again, it sounds like we're going to be extending the trip in DC. I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. I'm texting right now with Quincy, so we'll come to you for that. But I want to say thank you for everybody getting in. If you want to get in, the raffle will be tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. We leave tomorrow night. I'm almost all packed up. I had to order a spare battery pack and gloves because I couldn't find my gloves from the inauguration anywhere. So those will be in tomorrow. So I had to spend a little money there. But other than that, this is what you get in the raffle. You get the Trump hat. This is just absolutely epic. 4547 light up Trump hat. It has like 7 different modes. You'll also get this sign right here. Warning, does not play well with liberals. It's one of those like metal style signs. And then Krista donated some items. Thank you, Krista. We can't do it without our Oreo army. And it's 3 books. It's Understanding Trump from Newt Gingrich. He Killed Them All from Janine Pirro. It's Robert Durst in My Quest for Justice. And this was signed. It was signed to Phyllis, but it's in there with an autograph. And Mark Levin, American Marxism, which you're seeing on the streets of New York right now. Kind of perfect timing for these books. Also, a 3.5-inch Trump knife right here in the package. Thank you once again, Krista. And this Charlie Kirk coin right here. It's a commemorative coin. It says, a true patriot, Charlie Kirk, 1993 to 2025. And then on the other side, it says, e pluribus unum, liberty and justice for all, as you guys can see there. So you'll be getting all these items shipped out to you. We will be doing the raffle tomorrow. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I might have missed something. If I did miss something, I will definitely go through all this and add you guys. And old Uncle Bill, thank you for the 5 gifted subscriptions. Appreciate you. But I want to say thank you to everybody. If anything comes breaking, I should be able to go live later tonight. Once again, thank you to the Oreo Army. Thank you for supporting us on this DC trip. We can't do it without you. And we appreciate all the mods, everybody that helps out. A big shout out to you guys. I want to, like I said, just say thank you so much, guys. And we will see you guys later. Again, if you guys want to help out, could be big in DC, you can donate. Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, PayPal at Oreo Josh. Then we also have our Give, Send, Go, which is going to be changing. Let's get some Give, Send, Goes in there because we're going to be closing that one out. GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And as always, we have Zelle. If you want to do mobile or online banking transfer, our Zelle address is purepatriot559@yahoo.com. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all, and we can't do it without you. Have a good afternoon, good evening. Have a blessed rest of the weekend, and we will see you soon.
We don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud. Shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express.